He said, whenever Taylor says so.
Tonight here, what do the Swifts and the Kelseys make of one of the most famous engagements in the world?
I think we're as prepared as you can be for something like this. I kind of look at it the same way that I'm sure the Swifts do. This is still the little kid they raised at home. Okay? Yes, they both had a lot of success in their endeavors, but they're still the same people that we raised. And it makes you feel good to see a couple this much in love.
Great advice. We wish Taylor and Travis the best, both families too, the Swifts and the Kelseys. I'm David Muir. Good night.
Right now on News Channel 67, the latest on the deadly school shooting in Minneapolis. At least 2 children dead and more than a dozen injured. We have the latest. Plus the plan to put school resource officers in every school in South Carolina. We'll show you how the state plans to do that. And concerns over brown water in Columbia County, what county leaders are doing to make sure the water is safe. As your News at 7 starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for your number 1 News at 7. I'm Dee Griffin. Coverage you can count on begins at 7 with another mass school. Well, it's time now for us to get a quick first check of our weather with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petranti here. And Jenna, it was a beautiful day.
Yeah, it was great once again, and right now on Live Viper 6, you can see it's dry across the 2-state. We're not expecting any rain tonight or tomorrow morning. We have some clouds out there. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over at Augusta Marriott. Today's almanac shows that we had a high of 86 and a low of 60. Sunsets are now happening before 8 o'clock, so you know we're getting towards that time of the year, and these temperatures are sure making it feel like fall, with upper 70s through lower 80s already at the 7 o'clock hour, 82 in Barnwell, 79 in McCormick. Swainsboro, you're sitting at 83, Wrightsville at 82, and right at the 80-degree mark in Lincolnton. Dew points were low again today in the 50s, so humidity is not an issue as we wrap up the month of August, and winds are coming out of the northeast, only up to around 5 to 7 miles per hour. Now, for the rest of our evening, we'll be in the upper 70s and then eventually going down to the low 70s later on tonight, and tomorrow morning we'll have another cooler start. Lows are staying in the 60s, highs in the 80s, a stray shower possible on Thursday, and then a higher chance of rain coming as we start the Labor Day weekend. Now, I'll have more details on that coming up, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. A mother and son are in jail tonight charged with murder in a 2023 shooting death. McKeem Gaines and his mother, Garnett Gaines, are both charged with murder in the shooting death of James Brinson. He was shot and killed on Lumpkin Road in 2023. Both are being held in the Webster Detention Center. Well, some people living in Columbia County reporting brown water in recent weeks. As Graham Lee reports, county leaders are forming a water quality task force to look into the problem.
The summer months are where homeowners require more water for their plants, yards, bathing, and drinking. That requires the county to maximize their resources.
When we have people using a lot of water, we have to turn the pumps up a little bit. And when you add that additional pressure or any surge to the line, sometimes it'll dislodge whatever may be in that line. You'll add the ascorbic acid to the test and swirl.
What's in the lines is discolored water caused by the high water usage. But the real issue is the mineral known as manganese, which is found in the lake and river water the county pulls water from.
Again, if we have to pump additional water, there may be surges that go through. And when they do, they shake those pipes. They fill those pipes completely up, and they make that material become loose, and then that changes the color of the water.
Columbia County Water Utility Central Lab.
Johnson has now created a water quality task force to respond to homes around the county having issues. Those with the water utility department will take samples from the home and use this machine to test the manganese levels to see whether more work is required.
To see that manganese below 0.05 if we can. So anything above that can cause the dirty water looks that you see in your homes.
If the manganese level is too high, the task force will come out to the home and flush the nearest hydrant. Sylvie says while you're waiting for help, there are important things to keep in mind.
If you see it coming in your home, I would try not to use water in the hot water especially. You know, some of it might get in the hot water heaters and stuff, but you know, if you see it coming in your home, the best thing is just call us. We'll try to come out there as soon as we possibly can to flush the area. It's important for us to have the water quality that people deserve, that they want, that they're paying for.
So we're going to make sure they get it.
Johnson says the water is safe to drink. If you have issues with your water, call the county water utility. Well, Augusta commissioners are preparing to take on the 2026 budget. Commissioners learning there's a huge gap in next year's budget. $7 million in Rescue Act money was used to balance this year's plan, but those funds ran out for next year. The administrator says before budget talks begin with department directors, she wants to know if commissioners want to see deep spending cuts or a tax increase.
None of the options to me were good options. I think we're going to have to go back and really, really look at it and talk to some of I preferably like to talk to some of the directors myself to see what they're saying and what they think about what they're doing, and is this the best course of action?
Potential funding cuts could include the library system and other non-government organizations like the boxing club. The deadline for approval of next year's budget is November. We'll still ahead on News Channel 6 to 7, the state of Georgia stepping up in the fight against agro-terrorism, how state leaders are keeping our food supply safe, coming up next.
Happy Hump Day, Georgia. I'm John, Line Bureau Chief.
Last year, Georgia banned adversarial foreign countries like China from purchasing farmland in Georgia.
And we're getting a break from the summer heat and a break from the tropics. Overall, things are looking good, but we could have some rain this weekend as we celebrate the holidays. I'll have more details when we return.
Never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that add up, Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. I want to start out with a very special shout out to our weather kid of the week. This is 6-year-old Alston from North Augusta. She was just the sweetest and she did a fantastic job presenting the forecast on the green screen. She already loved the weather before, but I think now that she knows that you can be a meteorologist one day when she grows up, maybe she will be, and maybe she'll work here with me one day. So, Alston, it was so great meeting you, and I know you'll have a very successful future. Now, here's a look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam outside the station. It's mostly sunny, overall a beautiful day, sitting at 81 degrees. Winds are calm, humidity is low. You really can't beat it for late August. Upper 70s through low 80s across the board, and you can see we have this area of high pressure that's keeping us dry. Now, down to the south of us, we have a stationary front in Florida bringing scattered showers and storms, and we're watching our next system starting to develop out towards the west, and you can see all this moisture starting to come in. This will overtake the dry air, so we'll see more cloud cover tomorrow and maybe a stray shower or two. You can see the dew points will be steadily rising back into the upper 60s by this weekend, and that means higher chances of rain. Still keeping things mostly dry Thursday and Friday. Saturday will be our best shot at seeing some rain, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. But I also want to talk about the temperatures. We started out the month of August with a scorching 97 degrees, but other than that, every single day this month has either been near average or below average, and pretty much all of this week will be below average. So you're probably wondering, is this going to be one of the coolest August on record? Well, it definitely will be for the Augusta area. We're actually currently tied in 5th place with 86.7 being our average high temperature. Typically, we're in the low to mid 90s still this time of the year. But if you were born after the year of 1969, this is the coolest August that you've ever experienced in our area. So a lot of those were set back all the way in the 1800s. Highs today are highs over the next 7 days are going to be in the low to mid 80s. It'll be even cooler on Saturday with the cloud cover and rain chances. But here's a look at tomorrow, low 60s in the morning, another cooler than normal start. As we look ahead to tonight at 9 o'clock, you can still see that high pressure in control. Clouds will move in tonight through tomorrow morning, and then once we get into the afternoon and evening, a stray shower will be possible. So notice we have this front coming in an area of low pressure. This means rain will be possible on Friday morning, but I do think this model is a little bit aggressive with the amount of rain that it's showing. And then as we go into Friday night, possible showers here and there. It doesn't look like it'll be a washout by any means, but I'll be keeping a close eye on this, of course, because of the high school football games. But just know that have this front to the north of us and to the south, and that keeps in some moisture around, so there's always the chance of rain with that. But there's still a lot of uncertainty with our models, and that means that this weekend there's a lot of uncertainty as well. From Saturday through Monday, we're going to see the possibility of rain most likely south of Augusta, so our southern line counties will have the best shot at that, but it's all going to come down to exactly where this area of low pressure sets up. So once again, as of now, giving Saturday a 50% chance of rain, still not expecting it to be a washout all day, and then a 30% chance Sunday and Monday. Over the next 5 days, overall speaking, around 1/4 of an inch to an inch across the CSRA, but if we do have some storms develop, we could see higher rainfall totals than that. Lows tonight will be in the low 60s, highs tomorrow will be in the mid 80s, and that 10-day forecast is showing rain chances go back down mid next week. We'll be back to sunshine next Wednesday. Temperatures will warm back into the upper 80s, but still staying away from the 90-degree mark.
All right, but I like this. I'm not.
Yep, looking good.
All right, thanks. High school football continues this week with another game night live. This Friday, it's the Lakeside Panthers hitting the road to face the South Aiken Thoroughbreds in Week 3. Both teams lost last week and are looking for their first win of the season. Kickoff is at 7:30 on MeTV. You can watch a replay of the game Sunday at 11 a.m. on the CW6. Coming up, as you can imagine, reaction is pouring in from all walks of life after the big announcement that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. We'll show you how Swifties are reacting to the big news. Stay with us.
For over 30 years,
WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
Reaction continues to pour in from around the world now that the famous woman in pop music, the most famous woman in pop music, is off the market. Taylor Swift and NFL star Travis Kelce announcing their engagement Tuesday. That announcement broke the internet. Instagram confirming today that it crashed on Tuesday. Jacqueline Lee has more.
A day after the world saw Travis Kelce drop to one knee to propose to Taylor Swift, his popular New Heights podcast with his brother Jason dropping early today to mark the moment.
We felt necessary as a team here at New Heights to get together and send Travis and Taylor a giant congratulations for being engaged. Yeah! Proposal heard around the world.
Around the world and then some, breaking internet records.
I think I'm more excited about this than I would be about my own engagement.
Some Swifties literally falling out of chairs over the news. Taylor Swift now a fiance with a large vintage-inspired old mine brilliant cut diamond. No one agrees on its worth, but many put it in the millions. The 14-time Grammy winner and 3-time Super Bowl champion at writing, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married, with her song So High School in the background.
Travis actually did the proposal, maybe 2 weeks, not quite 2 weeks ago. He was going to put it off till this week. I think she was getting maybe a little antsy.
The couple started dating 2 years ago after Travis attended one of her Eras Tour concerts, hoping to meet her but being rejected by security.
I was a little butthurt. I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her. I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it.
The couple speaking out on the grand gesture just days ago.
This is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager.
And while we're all still waiting to hear about a wedding date, Martha Stewart apparently volunteering as a wedding planner. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Oh, it's going to be an awesome wedding. Beautiful, I can imagine. Can't wait. Coming up, a successful test launch for SpaceX. We'll show you when. News Channel 6 at 7 continues.
Get 0% financing.
Gerald Jones Subaru. Score a great deal at GeraldJonesSubaru.com.
It's a major step on the way to sending people back to the moon or to Mars. SpaceX's Starship had a successful test flight last night after a string of setbacks. The rocket launched from Texas and made it safely to space, where it successfully launched fake satellites out of a side hatch. Now, there was an explosion near the engine bay when the ship began its re-entry, but Starship was able to make a controlled landing burn before a splashdown in the Indian Ocean. SpaceX says the trip went pretty much according to plan, so that's good news, definitely.
Yeah, that's really good. And the weather's looking good this week, too. Temperatures are staying much cooler than normal as we wrap up the month of August and heading into September. Lows are staying in the low to mid 60s, highs in the low to mid 80s. We will have that rain chance this weekend. Once again, still some uncertainty there, but just prepare for that for any weekend plans you may have. But back to beautiful sunshine around this time next week. Temperatures briefly getting up to 88 next Friday with more weekend rain chances.
All right, sounds good. That's our time for now. Thanks so much for joining us. Entertainment Tonight is next. Have a great and safe evening.